Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's cast, Winter Cup 2025 again with a live match. At least the first one will be, and it will be a live match between LevT and ml726. I'm not alone today, I'm with two of my favorite casters, I guess. One is my beloved, the number two of my self's order of merit, Acid in Effect,
Hello, everyone.
and the number one seed, it's Roth. Is Roth here? Hello. Is Roth muted? Am I muted? Have I muted Roth? Aston?
I can hear you.
But Roth?
I cannot hear Rob, though.
Perfect. That's a problem, but hey, maybe it will be in a sec. I have no idea.
He's making a dramatic entrance.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not quite sure why, because at least I think myself doesn't doesn't make anything wrong. But he talked about a crash on his side that could happen, and hopefully it wasn't a crash here. But we will see. Oh, the internet died. So yeah, happens. Maybe we just can moderate over it. So let's see.
I think I'm back.
Yeah, perfect.
Hello, everybody. At the worst possible time you want your internet to go down, but I think we're back now. Hello.
Happens. So let's talk about the standings. At least the standings before this match will happen. You want to go with the matches that already got played?
Yeah, can do. I think we've in this group, few matches played so far. Roxo has played both Ethan and Lev. Ethan Lev coming out on top on both of them. So this is Lev's second match. ML's first, and ML's first competitive match in 4 years, I think we were saying before the cast was starting. So um, hopefully he's managed to de-rust, and we'll see what he can do against Lev here.
Yeah, any thoughts, Aston, about it? About the match?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to see this matchup myself because I think back when ML kind of first came back before he even signed up for Winter Cup, I got to play him in a set, and from what I can tell, his knowledge might not be like to where it should be like in the modern sense, but I think that his knowledge like runs deep about the game. So like no spy play is off the table, and I think that his sniper can perform pretty well, just independently as well. And then I think Lev is just a very solid player, and I think that he will be doing a lot of plays in which I just feel like are just no nonsense, just the most logical play, and just is going to get it done in a very clinical manner.
Yeah, and we have the pick and ban already gets sent, so let's talk about that.
So I've Lev.
Yeah, sorry,
Go.
going off of that. I think that the venue picks kind of back my little analysis up there. Lev goes for Frozen Laser, which has Modern Gallery, High Rise, and Terrace. The most standard venue setups, and I think that a a good sniper is probably favored to choose these venues just because there's a lot of good spy play to be had on them, and if you're a good sniper, you can easily get rewarded for that. He bans Balcony off of the other venue set that ML picked, which doesn't surprise me. ML banning Modern, so maybe just not liking the bigger venue. And then we still also have Pub Terrace and Courtyard to play. I think that it's going to be very interesting to see how these players can um, just can play. I'm interested to see.
Yeah, I think the venue set pick from ML makes a lot of sense. Coming into this game as the underdog, picking the more swingy 3x venues. Yeah, I said Lev obviously banning out balcony. He's sort of his perma ban since he's been playing competitive. So I think draft is as expected. Yeah, I have nothing else to say. It should be an interesting match.
Agreed.
Alrighty then. So we have the first game of the set. It is ML spying as Alice on gallery. Are you ready?
I'm all set.
Alrighty, starting in three, two, one, playing it. So gallery, one of our two favorite venues. What we're looking to do on this on this venue early on.
Yeah, it looks like we're just kind of eyeing up the party scene where we can go. Smallman ended on like a painting pad, so I think flirt would have been a good option there. So we're just gonna go idle in the back here.
Yeah, that flirt is always that thing that you want to be focusing on gallery because only two conversations and lots of pads. It's very hard to get flirt sometimes. So early fingerprint is nice off the drink. So decent progress so far with 3 minutes ish to go. But RST going up front.
Yeah, I'm loving the progress so far. We even get
Banana
a banana
bread.
bread. Oh, but the DA. Oh, but the DA comes back though.
Okay.
Very nice. That would have been so tragic, but a very nice start here.
Yeah, good progress. A fair amount of low lights. That's one thing that you don't necessarily like to do at the start of the game by giving a lot of low lights, but contact on gallery like flirt is also hard to get sometimes. So just taking it when you can makes some sense. Yeah, we need to get that flirt on though. 2 minutes 30 left, but RST is coming back inside, so hopefully we can get that started soon, or not.
Well, I always love the bug attempts, but that one unfortunately just right out in the open, and it's just gonna get us a quick early shot here.
Yeah, wasn't enough cover for it, was there? Like the attempt, but if we have someone in front of us, maybe just to block the arm a little bit, it'll be less obvious. But Lev is a good enough sniper to catch that every day of the week. So uh, Lev going up 1-0 to start off the set.
Yeah, I think some more cover there would have been definitely very nice, but I also agree that Lev probably was going to watch Alice's I animation. That way, that he could texture there in the act. Yeah, I think that we could have just played a little bit slower by going for our ST a bit more early on. But
Yeah. Um, we'll see how that develops going into the future games. How ML's going to play Spy, but heading into Lev's first game as Spy as Oprah. You ready? Okay, playing in three, two, one, playing it.
ooh, early bug, and it's seen.
it's the game with the bug shots so far. I respect this, especially in time of chaos. If we just needed to make sure that the arm snapback wasn't visible, but yeah, just what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely love the opportunistic bug there. Unfortunately, it was just very seen. I also love that it was extremely early and that like that was probably our best chance to get away with it until ML could catch his bearings. But like I said, ML knows his stuff and knows to watch the ambassador just right away. So I think that that was a good shot.
Yeah, good shot. Snipers splitting gallery. There isn't really much else we can do other than that. A bug that was caught. And well caught. Heading into pub 3 of 5. So not the standard version of pub that we've been seeing in competitive in recent years. This is a 3 of 5 version with swap and inspect off. So bug contact, seduce, purloin, fingerprint are the 5 missions, and ML playing as Irish. Starting in three, two, one, playing it. Just staying on AI control for a little bit. Just seeing where our SD lands. Heading in for that early flirt, which is nice. One thing that I think Lev will be looking at is the early flirt pairs on pub, especially because there's less guests than normal, so it'll be potentially doing those flirt pairs in that conversation.
Yep, and like with like it's this setup in pub where you kind of have not too many guests. I think that Lev's also going to be watching a lot of pathing and
Banana bread.
etiquette, especially now with this early BB. Now that we already have, I think, just 2 people knocked out already. That already leaves us down to 7, so pathing kind of becomes extra important and good etiquette. So I think
Hmm.
that Lev could find a shot based off of that alone.
Yeah, you could, yeah. And unfortunate that the SCA was out of conversation, so Lev will have noted that only 3 people have real BB in this party, the Spy and 2 others. So yeah, he does take those real BB highlights, except Duke, which is interesting. Second test, white test for up to 66%. So we just need to edge over a bit closer to get that last white flirt in with 3 flirts. Yeah, good progress so far.
Yeah, I like the way the game's going. I think it's correct to just sit here and not really do much because no one else is doing anything. This party is just all in these conversations. We go, ooh, nice bug, but yeah, the snapback is just seen and we get shot for it.
Yeah, it's a third shot for a bug out of 3. Um, this is a better one than the first one because we have seat covering. But again, you want to like that. That snapback is obvious. You want to either try and cut that by talking or just trying to do it with a bit more cover, or maybe even walking away. That could also have worked, but I think Lev was holding a very good angle for it. So yeah, good shot from Lev, and we are still snipers taking all 3 games so far. Alrighty, we have Lev as boots, I believe. Yes. Still swapping in, but off. Starting in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Right, this time we do head for that early flirts. Just waiting a little bit to trigger it, just to make sure we're not the first talker. So maybe we're not the first to get paired, but we do hit that green test for 47%, which isn't enough to get it done in 2, but it's still good progress.
Yeah, the green's very nice here early game, and Amba just took a drink at bar, so going for a difficult Prince always an option in a little bit. Since there's no inspecs on, which is interesting. That there was no inspecs on in either of these games, but I think Prince are going to be pretty strong on this variant of pub. And White Dress actually rejects a drink, so I think Lev is probably going to see this and go for a drink print, if I would assume correctly.
Yeah, there's a lot of value at bar here with the print and with the possible delegate, so makes a lot of sense to go in for this. It does paint a bit of a target on our backs, but it doesn't if ml726 is not tracking those prints. So that's 1 print down, heading back into ST, who might leave here. No, just stays in nice. So we're in the conversation with the DA and the ST, so this is a very valuable conversation to be in.
Yeah, this is working. This is going very smoothly for us so far, and I think drink prints are really hard to track. So we're gonna get a good notion of how well ML is good at tracking those prints. But we just need one more flirt, and we have a lot of opportunities with the briefcase. A lot of good. We still have 2 minutes for a good contact, so I think we're in a really good position right now.
Yeah, I am a little bit worried. Um, Prints on pub tend to be kind of hard to get because the amber is either putting them on the briefcase, statue, or the bar. And if he has a drink in hand, it might take him a bit more time to put any prints on anything that isn't the briefcase. So we might have to hand that briefcase at some point. But we are in the conversation with the DA. This should be a very good time for contact. But as I say that, he leaves. So goes to the commentator there. 1 minute 20 left. We need to get that float done and a print and a BB. We'll see how it goes. Oh god.
Oh, and Red Dress decides to have none of it, just like the DA. Oh, but she comes back. Oh my gosh,
Okay. Well, we get the float
nice.
done. DA hopefully comes into conversation at some point. I think Lev leaving here makes sense. Getting that delegate with a minute left just as a backup or not. I'm gonna head up, just do a quick redirect. Uh, DA just isn't playing ball with us.
Yeah, DA is just not being nice here, and still is going away to another conversation. But now he joins, so hopefully the other SDA joins, and we can have maybe not so obvious of a contact. But Queen, I noticed, had the laser on him for a little bit, so I wonder if she's at all suspect.
Banana bread.
As a contact, doesn't like Disney, but highlights for real. He's holding the shot, which you think is not holding the shot. He's gonna shoot Oprah. What did Oprah do?
Let's see.
it could just be for flirt, you know. He hasn't got any prints. And obviously Purloin's gone, so I would hope there's a bug credit somewhere. Could just be behavioral shot. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I was looking back. I'm not too quite sure either. It looks like Irish is just in that front conversation for most of the game. So at most, maybe it is a bug credit, but I don't really see any like moments that stick out to me when Red just would get a bug. So maybe it was just some paranoia on the side of ML and just decides to take a shot in somebody who knows has a real BB.
Yeah, yeah, that's the most logical explanation. Yeah, it does mean Lev does break serve though, up 3-1, going into high rise. 4-8 high rise though, which is different than standard again. Um, all the missions are available, but we have to do one more mission than normal. So four out of 8. ML spying as Disney. Starting in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
A lot of bumping around with the ambassador early on, but I think that Lev is good enough to know that there is no bug that's gone off, and we're just chilling in this front conversation here, waiting for some progress. I wonder if we're going to take another bug because we're right next to the Amba.
Yeah, I think wise not to.
Yeah,
um, but yeah, that the thing about high rise, especially in time of chaos, is if the ambassador spawns out by the green box, it is often very hard to not credit a bug. Um, hopefully Lev hasn't for his sake, but yeah, just chilling in this conversation. No progress so far. ST is not particularly being kind, so see where they land, and we'll see. We'll try and get some progress hopefully soon.
yeah, they landed statues, so we could always have the option of going over there to statues, but I don't think that we'll do that because we don't want to put too much suspicion on ourselves early on. There's not crazy activity at this party yet. I would say most of the party is on like the left side right now, and seems Lev's pretty on top of the purloin, so not much happening right now. We need a little bit more activity. I think if we want to get some good mission progress besides flirt.
I requested a drink, which makes me think he might want to go for a difficult print. I think the master just took a drink from the tray, or not. Nah, I think Kane took it. Um, yeah, 2 minutes 13 left, no progress yet, but high rise is a venue where you can get those visions in quite fast. It's quite a small venue, so I'm not too worried at this moment.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, it's not past the point of worry right now, but luckily our ST comes to us again, so the ST's very much playing along this set. Um, General and Queen look, or General or Rockers on the outside doing statues. Lev's just looking for the swap right now, and we are gonna go next to an SDA. Fire just set the flirt cooldown.
Irish just joined again a cross conversation, but only a white test up to 53%. So we need that close green to finish flirt in one. Ambassador has snuggled on next to us. We can potentially get a bug here, but the space violation means that she's left. So now I'm worried a little bit. We need 3 missions and a green flirt, close green flirt to get into mission win countdown with only 1 minute 10 left. So a slow game so far. Going to be a pearl in here, I think.
Yes.
Ignored. Interesting. Ignore the action test. If Lev is on top of it, he should know it's Disney because Text just took before him. But Smallman takes after that. I'm not sure Lev actually got a look at the list before Smallman took.
It doesn't look like that we're completely on top of this, but maybe we're just waiting for some more mission progress from either Smallman, Disney, maybe something.
Contact here to frame Smallman will be quite nice. Doesn't look like we're taking it though. Oh, we are? What? A white test?
Banana bread.
This
Lev
is a
not
nice
taking the
fake.
bait. Yeah, good
Yeah,
fake.
Lev is holding. Yeah, this is a nice hold.
Banana
Okay, we're
bread.
faking again for ourselves.
Alert done. 10 seconds to get a bug and potentially a contact. He's
Oh,
caught for what the conversation?
I think that was action prio, and we don't even hit the
Yeah.
bug either, and it doesn't even take. That's so tragic.
Yeah, I think after the fake on to try and frame Smallman doesn't work, I think going for a bug and a contact is the best play. It's just the execution was just wasn't there. We had the action priority with the cough as well. I think we were gonna try and bug instead, which made it look a bit more messy than it um hopefully would have been. But good hold from Lev though, having the mission count on Smallman to make sure he wasn't safe shooting. So yeah, strong
Yeah,
snap
very
again.
nice. Yeah, very nice hold from Lev there, and I agree that like I think the best play definitely was to just go for a bug and to contact there once you find out that Smallman's not going to get shot. And with 10 seconds left, there's really not much other play because it doesn't look like Lev's shooting. And I feel like this is maybe where like the rust kind of starts to seep in because maybe you have a little bit more trouble exercising um, your activity during the game where you really are having just trouble getting those like little technical details down, just like a good bug or like action prio. Maybe where like someone who's just constantly playing the game can maybe just keep an eye on that and have the clarity to check their little bar at the bottom real quickly before they take the bug. So, um, but yeah, nice hold from Lev there.
Yep, indeed. 4-1 to Lev now, and he's running it back again as Boots. Second time we've seen that from him in this set. Uh, Going again in 3, 2, 1, playing it. All right, AI control goes into the blue book case again. The ambassador again is stuck near the green box. Potential bug credits there, but yeah, staying on AI control, which is interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we're AI controlled here, but maybe we just don't really want to do anything too crazy just yet. Just go join up next to our ST and just chill and look at the party and see where we can find some good opportunities. It looks like.
Green tests for 43%. Get the float going. And a quick reject. The party is not particularly busy. Most guests in conversation, so just getting that float on, trying to see that those opportunities when the ambassador is in threat to get those to get some missions off, but just chilling and floating for now. So I don't think there are many prints being laid either. So bit of an unfortunate party for Lev in terms of those soft tails. I think Prince is quite a strong mission on high rise when you got a lot of inspectors, which I think we have. I think um, awkward path, but do you have that green print?
Nice hitting the green print. That's very nice. We have 2 minutes left to play here, and I think that there's many opportunities to find another print and another mission. Bugs always will reliable at the end, or a nice like purloin and leave. I think we're also in a pretty good spot here, pacing wise.
Yeah, better focus on flirt this game. Just heading out for this painting pad, just seeing where everyone is. Everyone is in conversation, so I think a contact here would be advised, but um, probably heading for that now. Briefcase BB.
Oh no, we white it though.
Banana bread.
Ooh, it's a hard tell, but has Matt seen it? Yeah,
Nice shot.
good shot from ML. Uh, Catching that etiquette break. Um, if you're holding the briefcase and talking in conversation, that is illegal.
Banana bread.
Um, and ML knows this. I think Lev wanted to go for the green BB and split with the briefcase in hand, which is a cute play. Would have potentially been able to get a low light at the same time, but doesn't pay off in the end, and ML takes a shot.
Yeah, very nice shot, knowing that you cannot talk while you have the briefcase in your hand. I'm very curious as to what happened if we hit a green and BB split, but we won't know because he hit the white. So, but nice game from ML there.
Good stuff. So we're heading into a double terrace, back-to-back terrace. The first one I believe is 3 of 7. Second version is 3 of 5. ML as Irish. Signing in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Terrace is one of those venues where because the sniper knows who the DA is. There's only one SEA. It can be tends to be very framey and very sort of you're trying to make the sniper shoot an AI, which can happen with things like Purloin, and you give one of the soft up finishers a known real BB. It can be quite strong. Be interesting to see if ML plays into that in this game.
Yeah, there's definitely like a lot of fun, strong options that you can do on Terrace. The Amba has been leaving a lot of prints, so prints are definitely like an option. Forcing a 50-50 purloin for the sniper is never fun for their end, so I think ML could do that. Um, right now, I think though we're just kind of content to just with our ST and not do anything crazy just yet, while other suspects kind of accrue a little bit of suspicion maybe. Um, so I think we're just kind of waiting. But I think Ambassador placed another print on the statues. I think there's a print on every single statue except one right now. So that's definitely potentially an option.
Yeah. The only worry I have, is that a print? No, he's just gone to the same pad. Okay. One worry I have is that time-wise, we are looking a bit rough. 1 minute 30 left with only 40%
Banana
progress
bread.
and a fake contact, which is a good fake though. 2 highlights in.
Yeah, very nice fake there. I think, yeah, right now I think time is a major concern. We only have 1 minute and we don't want to go statue to statues. I think that would be really suspicious unless it's going to be the left pair of statues, but now that one statue has a difficult print on it. So, but we're opting to go to bar here, so I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of purloin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we redirect take it. Okay, let's see what the reaction from Lev,
Interesting.
who's
Not sure whether we're
processing.
framing anyone in particular, but if Lev knows where Irish came from, he'll know that it's someone who doesn't have real BB, which is I think quite important. Which is why he's holding. I think so. It's a good hold from Lev so far. The low light's coming off. I think it's a frame on
Banana
to
bread.
Duke.
We
A
sit
sit
BB, but it
sit
doesn't matter when we
BB.
get shot.
Oh, I like
Very
the
nice though.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah, the idea is great, but unfortunately it does not work, and I think Lev just has way too much suspicion on Irish. I think that all that processing was just him really fact checking where she came from and who had delegate up, and it was just too much evidence against Irish there, I think. And I think that maybe he had a clue that she didn't have, or that the conversation didn't come from a real BP conversation too. So
Yeah, I'm just looking at the replay now. We're trying to frame Boots, who is a low light. I think Boots was out for the first contact. Um, so we were trying to frame, but unfortunately onto someone that Lev wasn't paying any attention to. So I think from his end, when he's trying to think who could possibly have sent Irish there. If he can't think of anyone, his most logical thought is that it's a direct take. But it's a good hold before because he knows that Irish doesn't have the real contact, but then when she does, he takes a shot. So good shot from Lev and up 5-2 now, I believe. Alrighty, heading into second game of Terrace. Lev spying as Teal. Going in 3, 2, 1, playing it. There we go. Nice little early flirt and a green one nonetheless. But a highlight from ML. That's a good highlight.
yeah, very, very nice highlights. I think we're just highlighting the early pairs, but I think maybe Duke and Sorry could be a highlight as well if that's the case. But either way,
I'm worried that this flirt pair is with Teal and General and not Teal and Smallman, which could maybe lead ML astray if we go and talk with Smallman and not General again. But it could just be a highlight for early talks. It's hard to know for sure, but either way, it's hard to know what sort of position ML is in on that. But talk again, 85% flirt, didn't get the 2 green, so we'll have to talk again. But uh, heading into bar for probably a delegate. Don't go to the delegate, just reject. but reject without getting the delegate, so just a normal reject.
Banana bread.
It's interesting.
I think I don't think our reject was good
It wasn't,
there.
yeah. It was too
Yeah.
long. It was too long, but um, ML's all over that. It's one of those things where if you catch it, it's very telling, but it's not the sort of thing that you're looking at particularly. But ML definitely caught it. That rejected bar was too long after the take back action from Toby. We were at the bar for too long, but which is a very small thing, but very well caught.
Yeah, I like that he caught that, but I also like that he waited for like a little bit more confirmation, and the BB timing also kind of contributed to that shot as well. I think there was no getting out of that after that etiquette break, but it was good on ML to at least hold until we get like maybe one more mission progress in.
Yep, very good stuff. 5-3. So ML keeping it close. He's definitely in this game still. We've got one more terrace and then on to not pub courtyard. I think is the final venue. So definitely still some life in this game yet for ML. Spying as lane twin. Swap and inspect off 3 of 5. Ready when you are. All right. 3, 2, 1. Playing it.
It's another no inspect setup, which I always find interesting because I feel like if a lot of people go to statues on a terrace game, I feel like it can always really mark them for death later on if they go back to another set of statues. And I also feel like it gives you like a lot of nice options if you want to have that spy moment where you want to force the sniper to take a shot. Um,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, I agree. I
fingerprints can
think.
also be just as strong too because I feel like you could get a lot of like cheeky progress past the snipers, like right under the sniper's nose there. So
Yeah, I think it makes more sense to put inspect on over fingerprint on terrace in particular because I think like trying to get a sneaky fingerprint on terrace is hard because the sniper can see the venue all the time. So if you're a good camper like Lev is, he's gonna be on those prints more often, and it's more likely for an AI to finish inspect than they are to finish prints. So interesting choice, but I mean I'm happy to be proven wrong if Lev shoots someone for prints, who isn't
yeah,
us, obviously.
definitely. So we take a fake contact
Banana
here.
bread.
Still not much progress, but I noticed that Lev's laser is kind of still, so maybe I'm thinking he didn't really like our entry into conversation there is what I kind of noticed a little bit ago.
Mhm.
So I'm a little scared right now, but
Yeah,
I'm
especially because I feel like most of the people with real got low lit somehow. I think Tex and Small are the only people in the party with real. And there's only 5 people. Oh, we sent the Purloin. I didn't even realize.
I didn't even notice it either, but now it's down to 2.
Maybe Tex didn't have real. Okay. Um, hold for now from Lev.
Behaviorally, it really seems like Twin is the spy here, going right into conversation with the double agent right after that send. That's a little some flirt, that's some spy flirt timing there. So
Yeah.
um, after this BB, I think we're probably gonna die, but
Oh,
we will
yeah.
see what Tex does.
I think we for sure die on BB. We just need to make
Yeah,
sure that we don't have BB and Tex does. But he's going to statues, which is not a mission site
yeah.
in
See,
this
this is what I
version
mean. I feel like it would have
of
been so
Terrace.
nice we had inspects, because then at least you could have some sort of out for Tex. But it looks like we're probably just dead.
Yeah, it's good that ML isn't taking this BB though. He knows who has a list taken, so he knows who to not knock out on BB. But Tex is just not playing ball with us really to get the missions done.
Yeah,
Going back to
and
Bar as well.
I want to say too, ML flirted right at the end of his flirt cooldown expiring. So if Lev was tracking the timing on his flirts, that would be an extremely behavioral
Mhm.
tell that Twin is the spy. But it doesn't look like we were tracking that, so fortunate for
Yeah,
us. But I think we're still just waiting for a BB here.
yeah. I think Lev is just holding because he knows when isn't done. There's gonna be a bug here potentially. Nope, just that flirt. But done will have to be a bug probably
Yeah, there just
or a
doesn't look like
timeout.
any good outs here. I think Lev has it.
Yep.
Banana bread.
Yeah,
Just out of time, yeah. Confident.
Yeah, he had an iron grip on that party toward the end.
Yep. I like the idea again of going for purloin. Trying to get the 50-50, but unfortunately, Tex didn't play ball, which is unfortunate. But yeah, up to match point now, I think, for Lev playing as Irish in a short time. I think it's like the third or fourth Irish pick of the set, which is interesting. Anyway, uh, Lev as Irish in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Once again, fingerprints on. And also AI control on. Until now. How many times I said that and then the spy's done something that totally contradicts what I'm saying? Not long as that they can hear me.
Yeah, right now the bar was pretty full. We had like I think 4 bar visitors very early on, so there are a lot of delegates active here in ML's mind. We're not really we don't have any crazy progress right now. We're just kind of chilling in conversation, which I think is fine. I think we could also have a pretty good game if we could see Lev maybe to try to frame one of the delegators. It'd be interesting.
Yep. No progress, but there's more time on this version of Terrace than there was in the last, so these slow starts don't tend to get punished as much, or won't get punished as much. But still no flirt. Yeah, just getting an eye on the party. A BB here would be okay, I think, but don't want to knock out Oprah though because she's getting that first sprint.
Yeah, the more and more I watch this, the more and more it looks like maybe Lev wants to try a frame game. Oh, now especially the double agent decides to
Banana
leave.
bread.
But at least when the banana bread's uttered, at least there's a couple people still in that conversation. It's not just a DA out of conversation, which would be very bad. So,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
there's just
I was about to say that white BB looked a lot like because the DA landed in conversation after the BB was uttered. It looked like someone in that conversation had a green BB, which is fortunate for Lev. But yeah, I'm not sure if Alice was done though. So definitely a behavioral shot.
yeah, behavioral shot, very very hasty shot though. I think we could have waited at least for some more progress because I don't think it's 3 of 5, and I think that you should have a pretty good tell if Bug and Purloin's done yet, which we know Purloin's not, and I don't think there's been many prints, so I think it's just a very hasty shot from like a mission counting perspective, but behaviorally maybe it made sense, but that should just be a highlight, and I don't think that you should take that shot there, but
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's pros and cons from taking early shots. If you want to get in your opponent's head and you know who the spy is taking an early shot for something that maybe your opponent doesn't really think makes sense, can get in the head a bit, which is definitely a valid strategy in competitive spy party, but only if you're sure. And I don't think ML was sure. Well, I think he was, but maybe he was just sure and wrong. I don't know. But definitely it was fortunate from Lev that the white test uh, contact happened after Queen the DA went in the other conversation. Anyway, we have 2 more games for you left on Courtyard. I believe this is the set wrapped up for Lev, but still got 2 more games to play. I think I'm not sure what the tiebreakers are in the groups, but I'm pretty sure that every game matters for that potentially. So definitely uh, not not any throwaway games here. So we'll see what ML726 can do here as a spy as Seek in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Early Purloin?
yep. Oh, but it's white,
Right,
and
no.
yeah,
Yeah,
Banana
and it
bread.
contacted the distract. Yeah, I think we're a dead spy walking right now.
Yeah, we definitely are. This is going to be one of those where I think if we're heat checking, I think like ml726 is, we're either just hoping that we're just like not a suspect, but we probably think we are, but either doing absolutely nothing or trying to frame someone is the play. But I think we're just going to go and try and do some missions and hope that maybe Lev missed it.
Yeah, I think this way of playing is correct. Like, if you already think that you're dead anyway, it doesn't matter what you do, so you could just kind of be a little aggressive here. And he hasn't done anything crazy that, like, if Lev was not on top of this pearl lane, that would get him shot. But I think everything looks okay. But yeah, I think we're just a dead spy walking at this point.
For sure, yeah. Nice little cancel on the briefcase. It's not going to get rewarded by any sort of lack of sus from Lev, I don't think, but good work in some snipers.
Yeah, I definitely like the attempt to try and sort of clear our name, so to speak. But yeah,
Party.
it's depressing to be in this position if you're ML.
Yeah, white fur lines, especially on courtyard, are just almost always end in death. Um, one of the biggest I guess action tests that you need to make sure is green in the whole of SpyParty probably. So
Yeah,
um, yeah, Lev is safety off. I think he might have caught the etiquette break from the conversation lead, but he knows that Zeke isn't done though. So we can just hold for now. Probably one more print will kill us, but
yeah, definitely. I also think that Lev's been watching Convo entries, and I think two of them now have not been the best.
Banana bread.
So
yeah, yeah.
he's probably just waiting for that like very last sign to do something, either print and inspect. There's 50 seconds left, so ML's kind of stuck just having to do one of those two, and both look kind of like grim
Mhm.
from his perspective.
Yeah, for sure. And also, it's rough that the ambassador both has a drink in their hand and isn't being forced out. So this print is going to be very ugly at the end of the game. We're going to have to go and force out the ambassador and pick up the briefcase, which is almost certainly going to get a shot. But
Definitely, but let's see what happens here. We have 25 seconds left, and Lev still hasn't shot, so maybe not 100% certain, but I think that the next thing that we do is just going to be death.
likely, no bug. Bit of an awkward entry into the window pad, but I'm going to grab that briefcase. Yeah,
Yeah, very fast pickup, and this should just be death. He's waiting for the overtime beep, staying solid here, and then, yeah, just takes the shot. Yeah, good try, though.
yeah, definitely a good try. Lev is showing extremely good trigger discipline, I think, this set on his sniper. He's shooting at the right time each time, which is good to see for him going forward in the tournament. I think has sniped every game correctly so far this set. So, uh, yeah, good stuff from Lev. Heading into the final game of the sets, Lev as general. Ready? Going in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Final game. Lev probably going to go for some aggressive play, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd love to see a really nice aggressive bug. Of course, that is my whole brand bugs, and I would love to see win this game now that the early game, early in the set, it didn't work as much, but I think now that we've kind of put off doing a lot of aggressive bugs, I think it could be really strong.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And then we a general who has probably the best walking bug in the game besides maybe Sorry. Um, yeah, we'll see what happens. Just got the early white test split at 34% so far, and a fake contact,
Banana bread.
Yeah, fake
which knocks
contact, but
out.
it's a really good time for it, and I I really like the timing for that. We're also right next to our ST, so there's no need to rush anything. Just overall, Lev has just been playing very solid, both on the spy and sniper side here.
Yeah. We also weren't in the conversation with the DA, but the other two did. Um, it's one of those where it's very hard for the sniper to know exactly who has real because both STAs are in, so we're not going to get a huge amount of value, I think, out
Banana
of the
bread.
fake. Although we do a second one. ML not liking Alice or Rocker with the safety offs. Another DA, Now the actual DA enters our conversation, but we leave. We decide not to take it. We're trying to frame text here potentially with the purloin. Yep.
Yep. I really like this. Are we gonna hit the green though? Yes,
We
we
do
do.
at the green. Oh, this is the
Huge.
spicy one. This could get tech shot.
It definitely can. I'm very interested to see how ML reacts to this, and it's being taken, and oh, kind of a slow fade, but now it's down to 3. Oh yeah,
That fade was
very late.
yeah.
That looked like a white fade. I'm gonna zoom in on that myself, but wow.
It's one of them where if you just if you know that a white test always like the fade always goes immediately, it just is slower. Like the fact that it sort of remained fully on the tray for a bit, you can know it's green even though it looks like a white. If that makes any sense. But if you're not looking for it like for sure, and then you see it just goes sort of slowly at the end, it can definitely look like a white if you're not looking at it exactly. So I can understand why ml726 thought that was a white fade, but unfortunately for him, it wasn't.
Yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. It just is so rough that there's already 2 rejectors, and then you see someone taking it who's a third person, and it's not out of the playbook for Lev to go for like this sort of like later on in the reject chain reject. But yeah, that fade was really like unfortunate because it really did look like a white test kind of from MO's perspective. So I definitely don't blame him for seeing it as one. Um, but yeah, just great game from Lev again. Crucial green hit the green on the purloin, so that was really nice, and seals up the set.
Yep, good set from Lev. Perfect sniper. ML, I think, showed some signs of very good play. I think his catches, at least etiquette wise, on terrace and early in the set as well, showing that I think he's derusted okay. So yeah, um, definitely. What's the word? Um, there's nothing wrong with getting beat by Lev. Um, Lev is a very strong player, so definitely signs that he could potentially get out of this group going forward.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that mechanically, from what I've seen, I think that ML has very deep knowledge of mechanics in techs. Like, or in tech, I think the first game he did a reverse drive-by bug, which obviously isn't the easiest thing for a spy to do or think about. So I think that that really showcases his skill. But I think where it just kind of fell short is that I think Lev just is a lot more active, and I think that the rust maybe hasn't come off quite yet. But hopefully with that game, he can get back into the swing of things. He had some good shots. I liked some of his holds, especially the terrace one where he kind of had that discipline. So the knowledge, the skill, it's there. I think maybe in terms of slight pathing and etiquette things, maybe he was a little bit behind Lev, but I think that's okay, and I don't think it really contributed to the result of the match. But I think it was a fun set to watch. Lev played very solid, so congrats to him for the win.
Mhm. Yep. It's looking like it's shaping out to be probably Ethan, Grash, and Lev as the top three, and then a battle between ML and Roxo for that fourth place. So um, yeah, should be an interesting one. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, I think, before our next set, which I believe is not going to be a live one, but it's going to be an interesting one nonetheless. It's going to be AJ against who was it? Echo. AJ versus Echo. Interesting match in Group A, which is I forget the name of the reindeer, but should be a good match. Dasher, there we go. Yeah, should be a good one. We'll see you soon.